We've got a generation to lose if the government does not step up.
This one makes us feel better. Police are coming after we, but we don't give a damn about them. If they come now, if they come to them, too bad they go back.
The streets of Harare are full of brown cough syrup bottles, a sign of the addiction epidemic currently ravaging the country, particularly affecting young people.
You can die the shit. I ain't got no mercy. I'm so ruthless. I'm a villain. Yeah, I'm a
2016, I started drinking properly. So there I could take some like 4 bottles of water. I wasn't myself. I was someone else. I was something else.
The cough syrup, often of the brand Bronclear, contains codeine, an opiate that can be used as a painkiller. It's relatively harmless in small doses, but can be highly addictive. Bronclear also contains alcohol, so when you drink a lot of it, it will make you feel both drunk and high. In large quantities, it can lead to respiratory problems, dangerously low blood pressure, and permanent damage to the brain, heart, and liver.
Like I did it because of my friends. I mean, like if you don't do this, I won't play with you. When you start doing it, afterwards you think it's a better way of life. My mother is a widow, then she doesn't go to work. So some of the times when we get these jobs, we have to go and get something to and bring it home. There's some food.
This is my house. I stay here with With my son, unfortunately, we didn't pick it up because he was in boarding school. My son, he's the quiet type. We couldn't really notice a change in him until last year. You know, he would come home, he would be on that couch, he's holding a plate in his hand, and you're speaking to him and he's not responding. That is what Bronclear does. He even went to a stage where he started taking things and selling them maybe to buy his Bronclear or whatever he was taking then. A lot of things. My laptop, cell phones, even food. He even went to that extent. One time he even ran away from home. He was now staying in the streets doing his drug things.
The economy is in ruin. 90% of the population is without formal employment, and families are plagued with poverty and addiction. Back in the 1980s, Zimbabwe was prospering, but former dictator Robert Mugabe ran the country into the ground. He was ousted in November 2017, and in July 2018, the country held its first democratic election in 4 decades. But people are still feeling the consequences of Mugabe's 37-year rule. We drive to the slums of Mufakos, an impoverished area in the outskirts of the capital. Here we meet Phaeton. He works as a music producer.
Welcome to Mufakos. This is my ghetto.
When he was younger, he lived on the streets and was addicted to Bronclear. Today, he's trying to help his friends who are all stuck in a vicious cycle of cough syrup dependency.
Some of my ghetto youths, they don't go to work. You can see that. That's what they take. That's Bronclear.
4 years ago, the government outlawed the sale of Bronclear. The illegal import of the cough syrup, especially from South Africa, has continued, and it's very easy to get your hands on a bottle.
Even a young child, if you ask him, what is this bottle? He can tell you that this is a Bronclear. Everyone is selling, even though the shops there, there's a lot of people who are selling these things.
Phaeton takes us to the local market to show us how cough syrup is being sold and used on the street.
For the sake of these guys, maybe they don't want the place to be out. So we'll get into the bar, and someone just come and drink, someone just come.
Soon, we're surrounded by young guys drinking Bronclear.
That's how
The guys are already high. When you drink a lot of cough syrup every day, it can cause your teeth to rot and fall out. So to protect their teeth, they pour the liquid directly into their throats.
How long does it take until you feel something like 20 minutes? So half a day, then you need another edition. same reason which leads us to this drug guy with unemployment, don't have things to do, don't get stressed or get worried about a lot of things out there. You see that at home like 2 years now. This one makes us feel that stress. Don't think too much when it comes every day. I take one point, you will feel high, and then I think in a day we say about 100, 250 plus. We make a profit of about $100. That's one box. We've got some buyers outside South Africa. So we contact each other, we save them some money, and they bring their drugs back.
Adcock Ingram, the South African company behind Bronclear, told us they are concerned with the alleged misuse of their cough syrup with codeine, and that since the product is not registered in Zimbabwe, it's illegal to export it there. They acknowledged that smuggling medicine across borders is common, and told us they have internal processes in place to flag unusually high or suspicious orders. We want to understand what's being done to help young addicts. So we head to downtown Harare to meet up with Hilton Nyamukapa. He works for one of the few NGOs in Zimbabwe actively working to help addicts.
There are quite a number of reasons why the youth are actually taking drugs. Number one reason is idleness. Some of them cannot afford to go to colleges, so it's a way of coping with the stress associated with idleness.
It's hard to pinpoint the exact amount of young Zimbabweans who are addicted to Bronclear and other narcotics. The government states that no official studies have been conducted to quantify the scope of the issue. That's why various interest groups have made their own assessments, and even though the results vary a lot, one thing is certain: the number of young people living on the streets as drug users is alarmingly high.
The information we are getting from various sources, we can say probably more than 50% of the youth in Zimbabwe are actually taking drugs.
And once you're hooked, it's hard to get help. Because the only specialized rehabilitation options in Zimbabwe are privately run and unaffordable for most users. Hilton tells us how the government handles it.
If you use drugs, you're a criminal, you should be sent to jail. So as an organization, we are saying the legal system should actually have some kind of rehabilitation or treatment.
We want to ask the authorities about the lack of state-run drug rehabilitation clinics. So we drive to the Ministry of Health.
The treatment for drug dependence is only available in psychiatric institutions. By keeping them in the hospital and then giving them some like maybe diazepam to make sure that they don't take the drugs. So eventually they forget to take.
Hilton Nyamukapa does not think that jail sentences and psychiatric treatment works. The NGO is pushing for the government to run rehabilitation clinics where people can receive proper result-oriented treatment.
The problem of actually putting those people in mental institutions is that kind of treatment is actually detoxifying them. It's not actual treatment, because you are detoxified today and tomorrow you're also craving for drugs, so that is not a proper treatment. We want a proper treatment where actually the drug is gradual treatment until the person recovers. Zimbabweans pretend to be conservative and they don't want to openly talk about their state. So going forward, we've got a generation to lose if the government does not step up and Zimbabweans themselves don't step up to try and find a solution to dealing with this drug problem that is bedeviling our nation.
My way forward to leave all that was to double my best friends, close myself in my bedroom. Like when I started being serious in my music, I had no time for drugs or something like that. So that's what made me lose my interest in drugs. I have four siblings, and like all of them are looking up to me. Now for the future is to be someone better, like a source of inspiration to the youth.
Kizzy Wakashe found a purpose in making music, and hence a way out. But thousands of young Zimbabweans are still in the claws of addiction. But to treat the root cause of Zimbabwe's culture of abuse, the lack of opportunity for the country's youth, it will take real political change that offers them future prospects.
Yeah, to the really yeah, nigga from Zim, Papa USA job. Yeah, 5 years from the life, I become the best dish. Yeah.